the games?
Well, for me, first of all, I'm thankful that they're able to go out there and show their talent. With everything's going on. I'm grateful for the chance that they have to go out there and play. Amidst the pandemic, and we've been owning the Big 12 for so long now. Teams are finally having the opportunity, to have their shot. With the fans not being there, it's even in the playing field, and a lot of guys are able to step up that normally probably wouldn't have if they had the pressure. So when we say Jayhawk Nation, when we say we have the best fans in the college basketball, you take that away now, we don't have the same amount of energy, the same amount of, jazz that we have coming out, in Allen House and even on the road too, because those teams, the road games, they normally hype us up too. So when you take that out of the element, it is kind of like I think of it, when a cheetah, when his prey's not running, the cheetah don't know what to do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of how I look at it too.
yeah,
We used to, the fans, hyping us up and we normally keep calm, to combat that. So
yeah,
now it's new for everybody and we're adjusting. And I think it's more importantly that everybody's staying safe. And I think,
yeah, for sure.
we got the pedigree. So it's going to come out and it's hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, you're right, man. And
Man.
they got, Coach Self is, he's one of the greatest of, getting those guys when either in a funk and getting guys to either put 2 feet in the circle or not,
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna definitely get this turned around. It just takes some time, and obviously losing Doak and Dotson, I mean, that transforms their team a lot. So, and obviously on top of a pandemic, which you mentioned as well too. So obviously back to that West Virginia game, they hit some really tough shots late in the shot clock, over some good defense as well
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
What do you think the Hawks need to do, especially coming from you, Russ, who is a defensive guy, one of the guys I respect on the defensive end? And I knew when Russ was guarding you, Russ was out. Russ don't play checkers when he's guarding you on the defensive end. Russ is playing chess, thinking 4 or 5 plays ahead. Oh, he's gonna do this, gonna do that. So I hated you as a defender. But being the defender, Russ, what do you think the Hawks need to do to kind of close out and finish out those defensive possessions at the end of the shot clock?
Well, somebody got to take pride in it. After the 18th, 16th point, the 20th point, somebody got to step it up. And we got more than enough tools. I think Marcus, he doesn't show you defensive player of the year, Naismith guy. So he doesn't show us he can do it. So I need somebody like that to step up and just take the one-on-one challenge. I mean, I think in that West Virginia game, McBride was playing
Yeah,
unbelievable. It's just, and they subbed the freshman in, and the freshman had to guard him. You know, Deshaun Harris says he's good, but he's still a freshman. Somebody got to step up and and take pride in defense. And then I know we got a game plan, and Coach Self and they probably doing a great job of preparing them. But at the end of the day, mano y mano, and that's kind of one of the things I did when I was out there just to help my team, take pressure off of Mario and Sharon having to
yeah,
guard a D Rose or Darren Collison, all those kind of guys. So and then that and I think that once you like defense is one of the things you can't control, the intensity, defensive intensity. You can't control that. So if you can just go out and control what you can control, I think that'll spark some offense and then get into the flow of things and we get back to our Kansas ways.
yeah. That's point. I mean, we're hearing it from the best, man. One
Yeah,
of the top lockdown defenders KU has ever had, and Russell. I mean, you make some great points, man. And what I hear from that Russ is just a lot of toughness, man. You gotta have toughness and pride, and be able to sit down and lock down and just say, hey, man, it's time to get a stop. And
yeah,
I think eventually they're gonna get there, man. Sometimes teams mature at different levels during the season. And I
yeah.
think this is kind of a late maturing team. And obviously, Coach Self and his staff, they've, been tremendous throughout the years as far as getting everybody on the same page. So let's talk again, still on West Virginia. So turnover. So we had a lot of turnovers against a West Virginia team that isn't as strong defensively as they've been in the past. Do you think that stems from not having a true point guard leader?
I think the key is Harris. He's a freshman, but uh, the better he plays, the more pressure he takes off of Marcus and other guys are having to make the plays. And then, which I think what I'm seeing now is everybody's trying to make plays that normally wouldn't be making them. So if even Christian can go out there and just shoot the ball, and is everybody just trying to do, just trying to figure it out, and they're more than capable of doing it. But I think it's just everybody knowing what they're great at and just doing that. And I think Harris is, the unlocking key for everything. He does a great job as a freshman of moving the ball, getting the ball to where it needs to be on time.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main thing. But it just taking care of the ball, even if you got to walk it up every possession,
Yeah.
and that's your friend. Them turnovers, you don't want to go back and give any team any kind of confidence or any kind of motivation. So take care of the balls, plain and simple.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, so when they obviously played against Oklahoma State, night and day, kind of played a lot better. Obviously, came out with the win. David McCormack really stepped up in the second half, and Marcus Garrett actually had a really great first half as well too. But David McCormack stepped up in the second half. What do you think about his progress throughout this season?
I like that he's staying after it and he's down there by himself,
Yeah,
only big
yeah,
on the roster pretty much. And he's been holding it down. He's been doing a little bit of everything. And that's a heavy weight to bear. Last time I think maybe Wayne Simeon, maybe the last one down there handling everything by himself like that.
yeah, yeah.
So he's doing a great job. And then you can see defenses are trying to trap him and get him
Mhm.
uncomfortable, and he's still making it work. So I think it's going to be the key on the guards to take some pressure off of him. One, and but two, keep giving him the ball and putting him in good position to make the good things happen.
Yeah. So kind of lead into that little transition. So both Christian Brown and Jalen Wilson both had double doubles, but they've been a little bit inconsistent throughout the last month or so. What do you think they need to do moving forward to keep finding some consistency?
Well, they both showed us what they can do.
Yeah.
They just need to probably go to the office, get that game film. Christian had a big game.
Yeah.
Jalen had a big game. Just get that film and see what they did, and just try to replicate that. And then let the game come to them. And I think they're doing great, and it's it's probably hard. It's hard to play in college basketball right now with the pandemic. I would say it's probably even harder to play at Kansas.
Yeah.
With everything going on. So I think those guys they're doing good. Their best basketball is still ahead of them. So
Yeah.
I think just to keep confidence and keep the confidence up, and to continue to work to their strengths. And for Jalen, I would say get to the basket more. He can get there. Don't
Yeah.
settle for that three. He looks real comfortable shooting it. And Christian, I would say shoot that three.
Yeah.
He got a good stroke. Sometimes he get a little sped up trying to do too many things, but I would say shoot that three every time. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him shoot 10 threes, a game or something like that right now with this team that they have. So
Yeah.
I like his percentages. I like what they're doing. I just think they just need to play to their strengths, and they'll be fine.